Can you feel the love tonight? That's the wrong movie, isn't it? Shit. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Titanic in 3D 25th anniversary edition. What's this about? I'm not going to tell you what Titanic is about because it came out 25 years ago. That is in 1998. That's depressing. 25 years ago, that was like I was 9 years old. I remember renting this at Blockbuster Hollywood Video, and this wasn't one. It was 2 VHS tapes. And remember, you had to take it out, and it's like, you know what? I think at the point when you're about to get, some boobage when you're a kid, and then you put the second tape in. I remember my mom was like, close your eyes, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, so does the 3D hold up effects Titanic? Is it needed? I think so. So how is this movie overall? And the 3D effects. So 3D effects, I do own the 3D Blu-ray in the room somewhere, because I have a bunch of movies, and I never watched it in 3D, but actually watching on the big screen for the first time in 3D was excellent. The last hour and a half holds up so well. You're just like, they don't make movies like this anymore. Like just watching Avatar. Yes, it's another James Cameron movie. Ant-Man. Everything feels so fucking fake now. And that's the biggest issue. Like, that's why I can't wait for John Wick Chapter 4 or these other movies where it's like, you know what? That's a real location. That's a real location. They are outside. Unlike Ant-Man, where you're like, oh, they're on a soundstage for 95% of the movie. Oh, Avatar, they're probably on the soundstage for 100%, but at least I know for a fact James Cameron's like, you know what, I want to do some real camera movement. Let's get some water here. Let's do some film tanks here with actually being underwater and doing stuff. So even though it's really, really CG effect for Avatar, I'll give James Cameron's credit for actually trying to, like, you know what, I want these actors actually swimming and film their motion capture. Actually, is it really motion capture or is it performance capture? It's performance capture. But then after watching like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania or Quantum Realm, whatever, you're just like, this is all fake. This is fake. And then watching Titanic, you're just like, this is real. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet are running through corridors. They are on top of the ship. They are going in the water. You just feel the realness of it. And I guess me just getting soft nowadays of watching these tragic movies, you're just like, fuck. Over 1,500 people died. Like, oh my God, this is horrific. This is horrific. But as a movie going experience, seeing this in theaters for the first time, kind of like I saw Jaws. Like, I like rewatching these just blockbuster epics that came out years ago in theaters now. And it's completely worth it in my opinion. But like I said, for the 3D, I don't know if this movie really needed to be in 3D. Yes, when you take off the glasses, you're like, okay, that scene is not that blurry. But then you go to another scene, you're like, okay, now I see, Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio, vice versa. So you're just like, okay, I understand the 3D depth perception for that view, or especially when you're looking down at the water, you're like, oh, okay, wow, that's a real good depth perception. But sometimes you're just like, I don't know if it's really needed overall. But as a movie experience as a whole, it is a great movie, yes. 3 hours and 15 minutes, it could be a little bit long. Do I like how it ended with her, with the diamond being like, bloop, in the water? No. I want Bill Paxton to actually, like, at least see it, right? Be like, oh, do you see this diamond? Whoop! That would just be more fun to do. But I think Titanic, overall, fantastic movie, holds up, just like every other James Cameron movie. Like, I don't know of any of his movies where you're just like, yeah, that's a stale movie. Terminator 2, The Abyss, what do you have? True Lies, Avatar, Titanic. I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe not. So Titanic 3D will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futons. He goes at 90%. We'll see what the correct review scores gave this one, or even if they have a, Titanic 3D edition on the Rotten. So looking at the Titanic 25th anniversary, there is a little special thing. Only one review. 98 audience, 250 of them. Critic gave it a positive. Revisiting the iconic film was a blissful experience which holds up the test of time. Absolutely. Like I said, the last time I watched this was through in and throughout 15 years ago. Because I remember, like, every time it's on, I'm like, oh, they just hit the iceberg. I have to watch this film. Everything before that, I kind of didn't remember it. So having the Bill Paxton thing coming into it, and you're just like, yeah, they actually went down to get real footage, and it's freaking fantastic. So we have the 98, 90, and we'll go with 100. Chase Tucker with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I failed at that one completely. Take two.